Hey love, I'm Gena. I'm a fitness and nutrition coach who helps women find relief from food obsession, body shame, and perfectionism so they can feel calm, confident, and strong without obsession. If you're exhausted from overthinking food, afraid of weight gain, or stuck trying to do everything right but still never feeling enough, you're in the right place. I know this terrain deeply. I've lived through restriction, treatment, binging, rebuilding, and the identity loss that comes with letting go of control. And now I help women stop punishing themselves, rebuild trust with their bodies, and create strength and health that actually feels sustainable. This is a space where healing and body goals get to coexist, where fitness doesn't cost you your peace, and where you don't have to do this alone. Take a breath. You're safe here. This is the Fit Without Obsession podcast. Y'all know I talk all the time about how control is the issue. When we're stuck in trying to control things, that is literally going to end up resulting in us fighting against our body and not actually having the body trust that we truly need when we want to actually find food freedom and our dream body, right? Like that's what it honestly all boils down to. But I am not a hater at structure. I love structure. I honestly think that is such a crucial part of being in a healed routine, right? I actually think that we can embrace structure and have it be a positive thing, but we really need to figure out today and analyze where are you stuck at? Are you truly in a place where structure is serving you and it's a positive thing? Or are you actually just using it as a means to control, right? Really, there could be two people doing the exact same behaviors, having the same meal prep on Sundays, the same protein goal, the same workout schedule, doing all of the same things, but one could be healing and one could be slowly losing their mind. And that's because it's really the intention behind what you're doing, right? It's not actually what you're doing. I still meal prep, I still meal plan, I still hit the gym, I still do all of the same shit, honestly, at least activity-wise that I did when I was stuck deeply in disordered eating. But the way that I think about it and interact with it and actually establish it is so much different than when I was coming at it from a place of control, right? And I know that there's been kind of this movement essentially in the wellness space and the intuitive eating space where it's almost demonized to track food, to have any sort of plan, to not be in this state of flexibility all the time. And that honestly is something that I have an issue with because I'm type A. I'm sorry. I'm not going to change who I am. I will say, I always say, I'm a recovering perfectionist because I do think that sometimes we can get a little bit obsessive with planning, with the to-dos, with all the things. But also at the end of the day, I like having some sort of structure. And I think I felt like there was something wrong with me when I couldn't initially jump into intuitive eating. And now, don't get me wrong, I actually eat intuitively, but there's structure behind the way that I eat. So I don't really think that structure is the problem here. What I want to talk about today is control being the problem. And really, like I said again, they kind of look identical from the outside. And that's because they're using the same tools. They're following kind of similar plans. There might even be similar meals in both of those kind of approaches. But internally, the way that you're operating from both of those places, they feel completely different. One is going to feel safe to your body and the other is going to feel this just cage that you've honestly essentially built and put yourself in. And your job is not to throw out structure completely. I actually think that is the opposite of what I would recommend if you feel like you're stuck in a state of control. But your job right now is to figure out which of these places you're in so that we can really redirect, right? Redirect intention. So I'm going to actually kind of ask you a series of questions and I really want you to start thinking about how that's showing up in your own life, right? And the first one is how do you feel when plans change? When you are operating from a place of just true structure, positive structure is what I'm talking about here, you adjust. You might eat something else. That's okay. You get to move on with your day and you understand that you're not going to spiral or go backwards by not completely following a plan to 100% capacity, right? When we're stuck in control, you're going to spiral when the plan changes, right? And I know this all too well. All of this I can speak to experience because I've gone through both structure and control as my approach. When you are here, your whole day feels ruined. You either rigidly recreate the plan somewhere else or you say screw it and then you binge by 9 p.m., which is also that's not what we're looking towards either. We want to find a place where you can be neutral again when the plan changes. So the test is if a plan change feels like a personal threat to you, like that isn't structure. That's really control wearing like the structure like with a costume, right? Like it's really just in disguise essentially. So the second thing I want you to ask yourself is the structure making your life bigger or smaller? Because when we're having true structure, positive structure, you can go to dinner with friends, you can travel, you can eat at your in-laws' house, you really honestly can do things that don't send you into a spiral. Like you can actually add and enhance your life. The structure ends up supporting your life. But when we're coming from a place of control, like you stop saying yes to things. You actually don't go out unless you can see the menu first. Like you bring your own food, you schedule social events around your meal specifically. Like it makes it feel like you can't actually do anything, honestly, outside of like whatever your meal plan says. So the test here is, again, structure expands your life and control actually shrinks it. So the third question is, what happens in your head when you don't follow it perfectly? When we have true great structure, you might think like, okay, I didn't have my protein goal, but I'll do it tomorrow. Cool. Like I'm going to move on. Doesn't mean anything, right? But when you're stuck in this place of control, like you're going to think I didn't have my protein goal. I'm a fucking failure. Like I have no discipline. I need to, figure this out right now. Like I'm never going to be able to find the answers. Like I'm starting over on Monday. Why can't I do this? What's wrong with me? Literally spiral central, right? Like, does that sound familiar? Like when something happens off plan, like, and we're not perfect, if we go into that state, like control is what's running the show right now. Structure handles imperfection, but control honestly punishes it. Now, the fourth thing I want you to ask yourself is, can you take a break from it? So structure is going to be like, yeah, like I can take a vacation, I can take a week off of tracking and I'll come back to it. Like I don't need to have this whole anxious, like freaking freak out because I'm not tracking every single meal while I'm gone. When you are operating from a place of control, the thought of stopping makes you feel sick. Like you literally, truly can't actually even imagine it. And you've probably tried it before, but it's ended in a binge or literally a panic attack. Or maybe even both because you don't know how to actually like sustainably do that. Structure is a tool that you can put down, but control is a tool that is holding you. Like it's literally like running the show, right? Like you're not in control. You think that you're in control because you're operating from control, but truthfully, control has to control, not you. So the fifth thing that I want you to ask yourself is, are you using it because it helps or because you don't trust yourself without it? Honestly, this is a big one. I want you to like sit with this and like really think about it. So when we're operating from structure, you could use this, right? Like whatever the thing is that you're doing because it makes your life easier. It's a support system. But when we're operating from control, our mindset is, I use this because if I don't, I'm scared of what I'll do or of who I'll become or of how my body will change. Like literally without this thing, without this habit, without this activity, I do not know who I am. So structure is truly chosen from a grounded place, but control is chosen from a scared place. So I really want to talk about kind of what is not really honestly said enough. And like what I really need you to hear is that you could need structure in a season and like not be in control mode. There is a place where you can operate like in a sense like with both, like where you're having controlled. And what I mean by that is like not letting it take over your life, but you're still allowing yourself to have some structure in place so that you don't completely spiral. Like there is a version of structure that is bridge building. It's kind of like this place that you can land while your nervous system actually learns it's safe. Because when I work with clients, especially like ones who are coming out of years of restriction, I do not throw them into intuitive eating. Like I actually think that is literally the last thing that they're going to be able to handle because that's going to send their brain in a complete and utter meltdown. Like when you have all of the rules in place in the world, you can't all of a sudden just like wipe them all to the side and expect that you're going to be fine. Especially too because like when we are operating from years of restriction, like your hunger cues are going to be broken. You can't just like intuitively eating and like listen to when you're hungry because you're not even going to know when the fuck that is. Like also your brain doesn't trust your body. So telling you to like just listen and like just tune in, like that's literally setting you up and like my clients up for failure if you're stuck there. So I do use structure on purpose, literally like as like medicine, as a place of healing. And again, the difference is the intention behind it and the direction that it's moving you when you're in that place. Like, are you using structure to open up or to lock down? Are you using it as a stepping stone to trust or as a permanent like place to land in? That's really honestly the whole question. So I want to go into how we can shift from control to structure and really some strategy that you can actually start with today so that you could stop living in this cage that you've really built yourself into. And the first one is to stop trying to make it perfect. I love saying this one because like I said, recovering perfectionist over here. I know that honestly most of my clients are perfectionists. Like it's hard to like not show up at 150% capacity, but guess what? Like that's what's keeping you stuck right now is not allowing imperfection. I literally genuinely think for you to be able to heal your relationship with food in your body, you need to embrace imperfection. And that doesn't mean that you can't hold yourself to high standards. Like it's okay to have goals. Like again, like if you have something like a protein goal, like you could still shoot for that, but maybe you try to hit 4 out of the 7 days. Like not trying to hit 7 out of 7. Or like if you have this like workout split that you've organized, great. I love that you're going to the gym, but like if you're tired, like skip that workout. That is okay. You could also eat off plan and like not compensate for it. The mess is like what's going to actually help you heal and help you move forward, help you get out of this place of control. Second thing I want you to do is use structure with yourself, not against yourself. So the question that I want you to start like asking yourself when you get to the end of the day is not like, did I follow the plan? Did I execute perfectly? Did I hit and check all the boxes? The question you need to be asking yourself is like, did the plan actually serve me today? Because sometimes the answer is no. That's also okay. Like sometimes we could set up all the plans in the world, but like we're human beings and like we are not meant to operate like robots. Like we're not going to be able to follow the plan perfectly and like have it be this like thing that's always going to positively support us. Sometimes we need different things and we need to tune into that and like actually allow that. That's where the change happens. Now, the third thing is to build in evidence experiments. I want you to pick one thing that your control brain is currently scared of. So if you're afraid of eating carbs, like eat the bread, eat a piece of bread. It's going to be fine. If you're afraid that if you miss a workout, like everything's going to go to shit, like I want you to skip that workout. If you're afraid that if you don't step on the scale, like you're not going to be able to know exactly what you weigh and like that's going to just like totally throw you for a loop, like don't weigh in. I want you to do that thing and notice what happens. Because you're going to notice that nothing falls apart. Like, and start collecting that as proof. Like, we are so scared to do some things. But, like, truthfully, if you eat a piece of bread, I promise you, you are not going to gain weight overnight. Like, I can basically assure you of that. And even if you did, it would be water weight, right? So, like, that's not even data there. But the more that we could do the things that we're, like, truly terrified of and show ourselves, like, hey, it's actually not that bad, that's how we're going to be able to heal and get out of the state of control, right? So, the fourth thing that I want you to do is get honest about the why. Before you do anything, whether it's like eating something, movement, whatever like habit it is, ask like, am I doing this because it supports my life? Or am I doing it because I'm scared of what happens if I don't? And like both could be true, but you do have to know which one is driving the habit, right? Like I think like that's why you see things online like, okay, picking an apple as a snack could be a really healthy choice for someone. That could also be a super like disordered choice for someone. If they like are underfed, if like they're telling themselves that they're not allowed to eat the thing that they actually want and they're replacing it with the apple, like, so we really need to know like, why are we doing the thing? What is the driving factor there? You don't have to throw everything out that's working. Like you just like really need to find a place where control is not the only thing that you are holding on to for a lifeline. Because when that is the way that you're operating, life is going to life. Like we're human beings, things are going to get thrown off. And like you're going to be in this constant state of stress if you are not able to be adaptable, if you're not able to be imperfect, right? Like, and you don't have to become someone who eats whatever, like whenever, with literally no structure. Like that is not the goal. The goal is freedom inside of structure, not having freedom from it. So the woman that I help isn't trying to become reckless. Like she's really trying to become free. There's a huge difference there. So this week, like, I don't want you to change your full plan. Like, don't do an entire overhaul. But I do want you to change your relationship with the plan that you have set for yourself. So like start loosening the grip. Like notice when you're using structure as a tool and also when you're using it as a weapon against yourself. And if you're in a place where you feel like you truly are ready to get about that control, but you don't even know where to start, like that is something that I really can help support with. So go ahead, shoot me a DM, like on Instagram at @thefitmean_. Literally just DM me this episode and like tell me what stood out to you. Tell me where you feel like structure is not actually serving you, where it actually is stemming from control. I would love to be able to support you in that and kind of really help align you onto what you can do to really get out of that cage you put yourself in. Thank you so much for being here and listening to the Fit Without Obsession podcast. If this episode made you feel seen, understood, or a little less alone, make sure you're following so you don't miss any future episodes. And if you feel called to share, you can tag me on Instagram at @thefitbean_. I love connecting with you there. If you're ready for deeper support, whether that's calming food obsession, rebuilding trust with your body, or getting stronger without slipping back into old patterns, you'll find ways to work with me linked in the show notes. And remember, you are not broken. You are not behind. And you don't need to earn your worth through control. You can want peace and strength. You can heal and build a body you feel at home in. I'm rooting for you always. Talk soon.